Welcome to my backyard bird feeder. The grand opening for this feeder was October 20th. I have had a lot of fun filming all the different birds that have visited. I hope you enjoy this video. My interest in feeding and photographing birds began several summers ago with hummingbirds. These tiny creatures were fascinating to me. I tried several different camera setups to capture the close-up details that I wanted. Then I bought a new camera. This is my new LUMIX GH5MKII with a 100 to 300 millimeter telephoto. It's mounted on a tabletop tripod. This camera allowed me to capture video at 4K and even 6K, and it would run all day without overheating. But when the hummingbirds flew south, what would I do then? I decided to set up a squirrel-proof feeder, suet feeder, and watering station on my deck. I was not prepared for the commotion that would ensue. The watering station was a battery-operated pet waterer from Amazon. It was about $30. As you can see, I shoot video through the patio door using manual focus. The yellow tape is there to prevent birds from striking the patio door. It works. Before I go any further, let me take a moment to give a shout out to Wild Birds Unlimited, where I get my seed. These are great knowledgeable folks who can help you set up your own backyard feeder with some great products. This is the millet that I buy for the juncos. It gets sprinkled on the deck. This is the seed that goes in the main feeder. When I open the bag, which is vacuum sealed, it smells like granola. The birds really seem to like it. This seed has already been shelled. There is no mess below the feeder. There are even almond pieces in there. Wild Birds Unlimited are in Woodbury, Minnesota in the Tamarack Shopping Center next to Rocco Altabelli's. Getting back to the birds, I watched in awe as more and more birds found the new feeder. I needed to get the camera just a little bit higher. Once the house sparrows found the feeder, word spread rapidly. They are blabbermouths and there are jillions of them. The suet feeder had a peanut cake and a corn high-fat cake. One of the first visitors was this male downy woodpecker. He is small enough to enter the cage that keeps the squirrels out. He also prefers the peanut cake. These guys are large enough that two of them together are starting to lower the shields over the feeding ports. Someone has discovered the swimming pool and having a very good time. Is this a juvenile red-winged blackbird? Here he is having a drink. I might have to figure out a way to winterize my bird waterer. This black-capped chickadee likes to grab a bite and go. House sparrows really enjoy a bath. And yes, I have to change the water and clean the waterer frequently. After only 4 days with my feeder, this beautiful creature swooped in for a bite, a female red-bellied woodpecker. Look carefully. Watch her use her tongue. Here she is again. Is she warning a bird to keep away? A white-breasted nuthatch has breakfast in the early morning. I have one female cardinal sitting on the suet feeder and another on the seed feeder. I have not seen the male yet. Both my suet feeder and my seed feeder were advertised as being squirrel-proof. Here is the first test. Am I a bad person for enjoying this so much? One for my baby and one for the road. A female downy woodpecker wisely waits her turn, while a much larger male hairy woodpecker attacks the suet. He is too big to fit through the wire screens. While she awaits her turn at the suet, the little female downy dines on some seeds. Her patience is soon rewarded as she takes a turn at the peanut suet. I bought some millet for the juncos. I just sprinkled the millet on my deck. Soon the word got out, and more juncos shared in the millet feast. On October 31st, we got a snow and sleet storm. The female downy dined under the roof of the suet feeder. She stayed a long time. The weather soon covered my patio door, ending my photography for the day. Slush covered the millet I had sprinkled on the deck. The juncos were hungry. I threw them some more millet. This is the only footage I have of the blue jay at my feeder. I am sorry it isn't better. He is handsome. The female red-bellied woodpecker pounds away on the suet. After 17 days, this is all that is left of the peanut suet. This fellow has done much of the damage. On November 16th, I glanced up from the kitchen sink and saw a pterodactyl land on the feeder. This is the female pileated woodpecker. This girl is so big she is closing the feeding ports and can't get any seeds. This is the excellent field guide by Stan Tekiela that was so useful for identifying and learning about the birds at my feeder.